All right, everyone. Welcome to this weekend Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for February 9th, 10th, and 11th, 2018. All right, so this weekend, transformative, more than likely. We have the moon in Scorpio and Ophiuchus Friday and Saturday, then going over that Galactic Center, which is the transformative part of the sky, and then going into Sagittarius on Sunday. So through this process, I think it's a great weekend, particularly Friday, Saturday for healing, becoming aware of any deep aspects of ourself or of life that we can accept, and through that acceptance, transform. And I think that's what the energy will feel like on Sunday, is this after the healing, after the transformation, a bit of this spirit for life. So this weekend we do have a couple aspects. Mercury is going to be over the south node. Maybe there's some things we're bringing back into balance or letting go of, involving unhealthy maybe thinking patterns or matters relating to communication or our routines we can be balancing. And the sun square Jupiter, maybe a bit optimistic actually. So finding constructive ways of working with this optimism. So let's look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so let's go ahead and break this down day by day here. Let's look at Friday first. So the moon in Scorpio was here the later part of yesterday as well for most of us. So yes, getting acclimated to the deeper energies of life. Usually the moon is our emotions and our feelings. And when the moon enters Scorpio, it kind of exposes all this stuff, right? Exposes the fears, even exposes the traumas and the inhibitions from the past, right? These emotions. So acceptance really is the name of the game with Scorpio and Ophiuchus as we get into Saturday. Once we get into the healing side of it on Saturday, but healing can take place on Friday, no doubt. Just a great weekend for that. And really, again, facing those fears, facing those inhibitions, right? Maybe even taking action in the face of them can be very healing and transformative. So that's the backdrop about Friday, that deep Scorpio energy, Friday, Saturday. And Mercury is going to be over the south node these a couple days here. So with Mercury is a planet of our minds, our perspective, also of communication and routine. And the south node is the past life energy, essentially what we're bringing back into balance now in terms of anything that might be to an extreme. So really good couple days to, while doing the emotional or the general healing, to be aware of if there are any imbalances or unhealthy things involving the way we think about things, the way we perceive things, maybe thinking patterns, maybe mental noise, where things like meditation can help, balance that out, bring more conscious attention to the mind. And so really, fantastic weekend for balancing this stuff, for bringing balance back to the mind. Now also involving communications. How's communications going? What can be changed or transformed with that? And then maybe your routine. Is there anything that can be brought back into balance with your routine? So I think the shift will happen naturally, and I don't think we feel these, my experience is these nodal aspects, we don't experience them very personally, right? They're kind of like this undercurrent to our life experiences that we can be aware of, but they're not, impacting us personally. So just being aware of this, great weekend for, again, balancing those mercurial things, working on it, breaking some unhealthy patterns if any come up, and letting go of anything that we may want to let go of regarding that. Concerns, mental stuff, whatever it is. So once we get into the Saturday's energy, that'll be more of the healing side of it. This is Ophiuchus. The moon will go over the Galactic Center on Saturday. So yes, this is about, again, the acceptance, but feeling, I think, the actual healing process with this. So anything you can do with healing in particular, learning about it, implementing it, is fantastic. And I think more than likely, probably by the later part of Saturday, we'll start to feel a little bit of that healed energy. And then especially once we get into Sunday, once the moon goes over that Galactic Center. So these 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, the sun is going to be squaring up to Jupiter. So there is this dose of optimism or open-mindedness that we can certainly have, maybe even feeling quite expressive or quite confident with this. So finding the constructive ways of working with that, because sometimes with a square to Jupiter, maybe it's a bit rash, maybe it's a bit overconfident, over optimistic. And so the pendulum can kind of swing here, right? Optimism, pessimism, inspired, not inspired. So knowing that there are opportunities and there is this inspiration that's coming in, and just utilizing it in constructive ways, grounded ways, right? And through that can be a fantastic weekend for all these things that require open-mindedness, inspiration, even confidence, creative energy, expressive energy when utilized in that way. All right, yep, and then Sunday, Sagittarius, open-mindedness, open horizons, great for philosophy, adventure, anything that expands our mental or physical horizons. The moon will be over Saturn on a minor note, so it is this reminder that this is the stuff that we are starting to work on collectively and start to build things based on this. In other words, what we build in life right now does have to be based on a solid foundation of perspective, of this belief system, right? Of having open-mindedness, expansive beliefs, because with those open-minded beliefs, that's what allows things to come in. If we're closed off, right, we don't allow those things we're closed off to come in. So being open, right, even you could say optimistic, inspired, spirited, that allows the energy to enter. And with Saturn, it's building things with that. So maybe on Sunday, feeling this bit of grounded energy with building things that are stable regarding what we might be open-minded about. All right, so that is the weekend in a nutshell. Definitely a healing weekend, transformative, as it is once a month. This is a lunar cycle here with the Scorpio and Ophiuchus. Mercury over the South Node, bringing some balance back to the mind, communication, the routine, either of those. And the Sun square Jupiter, finding the constructive way of working with inspiration and open-mindedness. All right, so have a fantastic weekend, everyone. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you Monday for the daily forecast.